today a traditional masala chai tea. So guys, let's do it. The most important thing with a real masala chai is the spices. And so the first of the spices we're going to use are some cloves. We're going to be using some allspice. We need some cardamom pods. Also, a stick of cinnamon. And lastly, we want some fennel seeds. And the first thing we need to do to make this tea is take a pestle and mortar and start by adding about 5 cloves. Next, you want 3 allspice. Chuck them in, and then about 4 cardamom pods. And lastly, chuck in a nice pinch of the fennel seeds. And you want to spend a minute to grind up and crack open the spices, but don't completely pulverize them into a dust. So give them a little bit of a crush, a bit of a grind. The smell will be amazing. Chuck your spices out into a bowl, and you want to stick those to one side, ready to go. Next up, you want to pop a saucepan onto the hob. Start with the heat down nice and low. Chuck in the spices, and then we want a stick of cinnamon. Break the cinnamon in half, chuck it into the pan, give the pan a little shake, and you want to toast off the spices for about 30 seconds, just until the point that the aroma fills the kitchen. Then you want to pour in some boiling water, give everything a good old stir, and you want to bring the water back up to the boil. And at this point, we need the tea. You can use English breakfast tea bags if you want, but the real tea for the authentic masala chai is some strong malty Assam, and you're going to want about 2 teaspoons. So chuck in your tea, give it a really good stir, and you want to brew the tea with the spices for about 3 to 5 minutes roughly, until the water gets really nice and dark. And then we're ready to incorporate our milk. So use some really nice full fat milk, and you want to start by adding a good splash, give it a stir through, add a little bit more milk if you need. The darker, the stronger, the lighter, the more creamy. The amount of milk is entirely up to you, but keep stirring while you're bringing more heat into it. Once the tea is really nice and hot and you start getting a little bit of foaminess to the milk, we're ready to go. I like to serve my chai tea in a glass, but you can use a mug. Pop a sieve over the top of the glass, and then you want to ladle in the tea. And there we have the real, authentic masala chai. Absolutely delicious, one of my all-time favourite beverages. So get stuck in, give it a try, and I'll see you next time.